Now let's look at production and costs in the long run. In the long run, all inputs are changeable. So if we want to produce more, we can increase the amount of labor or we can increase the amount of capital. Let's look at an example of expansion and replication in the production of some sort of a good. Here we're looking at the production of paddles. And the total long-run average cost of paddles. Now what's interesting is it's going to take the shape of an L, and most long-run average cost curves take a shape of an L. And why is that? That's because for the first quantity of output, when we have low levels of output, we don't have to change the amount of capital that we have. We can see that for the initial 10 units of paddles per day being produced, we have the same level of capital. So these fixed costs get spread over different amounts of output. So we're able to increase output and spread the costs of the indivisible inputs, and we can get the effects of specialization of labor, which reduce long-run average costs. However, once we get to some amount of output, here it's at the point of 10 paddles per day, we have to increase the amount of capital that we use, and we've used up the effects of specialization of labor. And we can see that the long-run average cost curve is now horizontal, because in order to increase output, we have to increase all of the inputs, including capital, and in fact we have to increase it proportional to the amount that output is going to go up. So we get some economies of scale at low levels of production because we're able to exploit the effects of specialization of labor and because we have indivisible inputs. But eventually those effects run out and we get constant returns to inputs as we increase production beyond some point. So long-run average cost curves take this L shape. It takes different L shapes for different industries. So here's some actual long-run average cost curves for different industry. This is for the aluminum industry. This one's for miles of freight, moving it with trucks or railroads. And this is for the number of hospital beds. So different industries reach the point where the individual inputs and the specialization of labor runs out at different levels of output. So you get a different L shape. But most long-run average cost curves are going to have this L shape.